Today is June 27th. It's Thursday, about 10:35 a.m. This is the morning mindfulness journal that I create every day. I started 27th May and today's 27th June, so I'm glad that I was able to continue till this far, and I do plan on continuing because one of the biggest reasons for me to start this channel was so that I don't give up on this mindfulness journey that I started in December of 2023. At that point, I first started with just Buddhism. I was listening to a lot of the videos from the Buddhism channel on YouTube that a friend named Todd, he recommended, and from there I used to listen to a lot of other channels and did many meditations. I still do the meditations, and over time my spiritual journey evolved along with Buddhism. Also, I started getting a little more deep into Hinduism. I'm a born Hindu, but I didn't really follow it as closely, but then I started being more spiritual, and I worship Shiva and other gods that is in our altar. And I'm looking over there because that's where our altar is. And a few weeks ago we did a puja, which is kind of some sort of worship. We invited the priest from one of the temples, and he did some puja for us. And I also started exploring a little bit of Christianity. I believe in all religion, and I don't have any thing against any religion. It's all about what resonates with who, as long as nobody is pushing someone else to follow exactly what they're following, it's all good. I do have little challenges following the gods where you could do good and bad through them, meaning there are gods where would support doing bad for people. I don't think I would connect with ever. But anyway, that has something to do with my upbringing. My mom always said never wish for bad for anybody. And in Hinduism, there's a big belief in karma. So if you can do good for others, or at least don't do anything, never try to do anything bad. But anyway, that's my belief system. Yesterday I started reading this book a little bit, The Power of Positive Thinking. I actually was reading towards the end a random chapter. I don't know why I didn't start from the beginning, but today I'm thinking the first chapter, I'll start from the beginning. The first chapter says, believe in yourself, which is one of the things I always tell Alice. Two things I always tell her is believe in yourself and also never give up. I think when it comes to never giving up, I do pretty decent myself too. But when it comes to believing in myself, I think it can improve in my situation. So I probably actually should read word for word and see what Norman Vincent Peale talks about when it comes to believing in ourselves. Some of the other books I'm also reading the power of the subconscious mind. I'm not reading them in all at once, but kind of whenever whichever one is kind of resonating, I'm reading them. Also, the Thich Nhat Hanh's new book, The Sun, My Heart. Thich Nhat Hanh books are more before going to bed at night, and those are pretty calm and helps you to kind of calm down the body and the mind. So his books are more suited for nighttime if you ever want to give this mindfulness a try. Time magazine, I think, said, yeah, this here it says at the back of this book, it says, the monk who taught the world mindfulness. I'll show you the very top. The monk who taught the world mindfulness. His books, the best part I like about Thich Nhat Hanh books is the simplicity. They're so simple that my 8-year-old daughter Alice, even she understands those words, and most of the language that he uses in the book. And also the interesting part in these books are there. Each page, or sometimes it could be just 2 pages, has a title, so it's very easily digestible. So I'll show you what I mean. So here, this one is awareness, concentration, and understanding, and this goes until here. And then the next one is cooking a pot of corn, and that goes until here. The next one is examining a kung in. I don't know what that is, but when I read it, I'll know. Awareness is both cause and effect. So every part of the book is like a little section, so it's very easily digestible. I love all his books because most of the books I have seen, I think so far I have 10 or 12 of Thich Nhat Hanh books, and he has written over 100 books, I think, or at least 100 books. Most of his books are written in that format, and which is really amazing. And it talks about mindfulness, how each moment of our lives we can really live, because normally as the day goes by, we don't really live every moment. We are always thinking about the next. And if you learn things about mindfulness, it will help you to, when you're enjoying the good times, you will be able to enjoy the good times even more because you are living in those moments. And during the bad times, you will be able to focus and concentrate on the good that is going on in your life. So overall, it takes a lot of practice. It's not automatic. It takes a lot of practice. I have been practicing it for 6 months, and it still takes a while. I'm not always there. Anyway, I think I'm gonna run through the mantra in my head, or actually I'll speak it out loud, say it out loud, and I try to do that every morning when I wake up, and I still forget sometimes. So this morning I remembered that I wanted to do it, and then I forgot, and then I remembered again. So that does help to at least say those words in our mind. So my first mantra is, I'll accept the things that I can't change. Number 2, I'll try to be in the present moment. If I go to the past, I'll think of good memories. If I go to the future, I'll try to attract the positive and good. Number 3, I'll be kind and compassionate towards all beings. Number 4, I forgive all the events and all the people who created any challenging moments for me in the past until now and even in the future. And I'll try to find the positive in every situation. And I'll try to practice the half smile that is referred in Buddhism and Thich Nhat Hanh books. The half smile is basically the smile that you'd see in Buddha's picture. It's like a mouth yoga, so even if you're not feeling good, you can always practice that. For us this morning, we took Alice to the orthopedic doctor again. This was 2 days after the surgery of her arm, and they did a casting, and this is the third cast. Unbelievable, but that is true. First it was end of March, then she broke it again, another cast, then she had the surgeries, another cast, and then they said we're supposed to have, in 2 weeks they're supposed to check, but because her arm is swelled up, they said the cast might get loose, so we may have to take her before 2 weeks to do the casting again. We'll figure it out. I'll try not to think about it too much. It's summertime, so when she goes to summer school, it's a little challenging too, because the doctor said to keep her in the air conditioning more, because her cast is all the way from here all the way up here. So if she goes in the sun, it's really hot in 90s or 85, 87. So in that heat, she gets sweaty, and then it can get more itchy, and the skin may get irritated. But I'll try my best to not think about it too much. I think today I'll try to do the reading of the Power of Positive Thinking book, and also I'll try to do the workbook. I do have a doctor's appointment at 1, so I'll probably make another video sometime in the afternoon and the evening, short ones, because this videos does help me to stay focused on this journey, because I think if I didn't make these videos, I probably would have fallen off my path already. So I'm thankful that somehow able to continue in this journey, and thank you to the folks who are commenting or providing your encouragement in other ways, subscribing. It helps to see that there are fellow human beings who I don't even know who care. This makes me think of the good in the humanity, and we know that there are many good people in the world who care for others, and I want to be one of those too, and I care for people, and continue doing that. And if you're ever watching that now or anytime later, know that the hard times passes. Everything is impermanent. I'm making these videos also for myself. I'm in 40s now. Who knows when I'm in 60s, 70s, good and bad things come and go. And hopefully this will be my own testament of going through the difficulties, where from here I'll be able to get to the light. That's what I'm striving towards. I'll be able to transform myself, because when a lot of challenging thing happens, then only way to overcome that is to transform yourself. Can you say that when things hit a rock bottom, from there it can go only up? Because there is no more bottom it can reach. I would like to think that from where things were in November of 2023, from there, I have learned a lot, I have grown a lot. There's still a lot more to go. There's still a lot more to learn. But I think I'm on a good path. I'm becoming stronger. Our life is like a rubber band, and if it can stretch only up to here, hard time happens and we go through it, and then it stretches a little bit here, and then when we stay in our comfort zone, it just stays here or gets down here. More hard time happens, and then the rubber band stretches. I don't know how far it stretched in November and the following months, but in the last year, I know that it has stretched a lot. I don't know. I would like to imagine that this Christmas is a lot better than last year. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. Interesting is that when I grew up in India, I actually didn't even know anything about Christmas. It was just another day for us because we had Hindu holidays, Indian holidays, and we celebrated those. I came here in 2005, so it's about 19 years ago. You guys probably can hear some TV downstairs. Alice is watching something on YouTube. God knows what she's watching. It seems pretty loud. After the video, I'll go tell her to turn it down a little bit. Hopefully I'll tell her to change the channel, because some of these YouTube videos are not really good for the kids, but what can you do? We are also exhausted, a lot of doctor's appointment and other things, so we let her watch TV sometimes, even for safety reasons, because when she's not watching TV, sometimes she's doing dangerous things, like climbing on the top of the couch where she should not fall again with her casted arm. So you kind of pick the lesser of two evil, and watching TV is one of those. Anyway, yes, we just have to remember that a friend of mine said once that in 5 years, if you're not gonna think about it, don't spend thinking more than 5 minutes about that. So I try to remind myself of that sometime, that in 5 years, a lot of the little things we don't think about. So basically keeping the little things little, because a lot of time the little things is what we make big, and we start thinking that everything in life is permanent, and that is what causes suffering. So in Buddhism, they remind you that everything is impermanent, so we need to try to let go of more things, and if we try to let go of more things is what will reduce the suffering for us. But we as human beings, we forget that more often than not. This morning, a friend of mine, she said such an important thing, and she and I are a lot similar in certain way. So we talk about different things sometime. She was saying that she saw a picture, and she shared the picture with me, and she was saying that that she is like that. It's about like stopping to expect herself from other people. She's very nice and kind, and so sometimes what happens is with our personalities, we expect other people to treat us the same way, that if we are nice and kind or whatnot. But with different people and with their personalities, they would treat you like the way they are, not the way we are. So I also wrote her back that yes, I know what you are saying, because I'm the same way, and I think sometimes it's just reminding ourselves is important. It happens to me too all the time, and then I remind myself, and with my friend too. I was telling her once that it's so normal for us to expect the same things from the other people around us, people who are close to us, but we are all different human beings, and accepting that is hard, but we got to accept it. We cannot expect the same from the other person, because they are different people. Their thinking, their upbringing, their beliefs are different than us, and more we can accept that, our suffering will be less in life. I try to remember again, I think the morning video when I do, usually I try to remember the constant in life, the connection with the Mother Earth, the sky, the blue sky and the clouds, the trees, the sun, and the clean air that we can breathe, and water we can drink. There are so many countries where kids don't get to eat every day. Kids die without food, and parents can't feed them. How sad that is for them. And people suffer even with not having clean water to drink, or sometimes people have to go miles and miles to get clean drinking water for them and their kids. So everything is in perspective. So when we think about being able to go for a trip, like this morning I was telling Alice, just get your arm fixed, and then basically stop jumping on the trampoline or stop running, so that this arm finally gets healed and we can go for a trip. I would be so fortunate to be able to do that. There are so many parents who in the world who can't even who can afford to buy food for their kids. In one of the Thich Nhat Hanh book, he wrote that every day 40,000 kids die without food. Imagine that, 40,000 kids die every day without food. Life can be so hard for so many people. Even we are all made of stardust. Why life is like that? I hope there is more peace on earth. There is more that we all are able to do for each other and bring more peace to the world and um, help other human being where we all can pay it forward in some way, the good feeling, the good emotions, and reduce somebody else's pain a little bit in some way. So anyway, I'll take a few deep breaths. When I do the deep breath, it helps my shoulder somehow. My stress, I think, gets piled up on the shoulder. So when I take a deep breath, usually my shoulder relaxes, and it does help me. So I'm going to take a few deep breaths and then finish this video, try to read a little bit, and then later in the day I might make another video.